We are a small team of environmental activists operating on the island of Palawan, fighting the plastic pollution crisis that plagues the coastlines of the South Pacific. Every year, 200 tons of plastic enter the oceans. 20% of these plastics originate from the nation of the Philippines, where we operate from. This nation is ground zero for our fight against plastic pollution. When people think about how to combat plastic pollution, they often think of solutions like picking up trash and throwing it into the correct bins. But the problem is systemic. Picking up the plastics is only the first step. It's also the simplest step. But once the trash is picked up, it has nowhere to go except for dump grounds where it sits for decades, slowly seeping into the groundwater and causing nanoplastic pollution. Oftentimes, the collected plastic waste isn't picked up for many weeks, and it gets scattered back into the beach by animals or by strong winds. Even when it's sent to a dump yard, it sits there and slowly degrades, seeping into the groundwater as smaller micro and nanoplastic particles. These nanoplastic particles accumulate in the water and are consumed by both the flora and fauna, ultimately ending up in our food supply and eventually inside our own bodies. Sometimes, when small communities are left with no options, they start to burn the trash in the open, which is extremely hazardous and only results in the microplastics being spread far and wide by the wind from the resulting smog. People often forget that the planet is one holistic, interconnected ecosystem and pollution is always coming back full circle. Animals and plants consume the plastic, we eat those things, and it ends up inside of us sooner or later. But we have a solution. It's low cost, simple to implement, and works perfectly well to fill the gaps that private firms are unable or unwilling to close. EcoBricks. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not the final global solution to this catastrophic problem, but it's a start, and it helps close the gaps that governments and private firms are unable or unwilling to close. What we do is take the plastics we collect, sort them, dry them, and turn them into low-cost building blocks. With the help of local partners and school volunteers, we create eco-bricks from our collected plastics, mud, and leftover rice husk for structural support. Again, this is by no means the final solution, but it allows us to prevent further plastic buildup in the environment by moving the plastic into long-lasting and beautiful solar punk-themed structures like this little school building that was built by our friends at Maya Village in Palawan. We are now raising funds with the help of people like you to purchase machines for sorting, grinding, and manufacturing eco-bricks at a rapid pace to help deal with the endless influx of plastic. These machines, which are available on the market, allow us to speed up our plastic waste processing efforts significantly, turning the waste we collect into building material and then storing these materials for further processing. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you will take part in our efforts with a small donation.